Well now, that was very entertaining. But of course it's all hypothetical. I'm fairly fit. I don't expect I'll be dying any time soon. Unless something out of the ordinary happens. Strange. This looks like the standard view of heaven I read about in those comic books when I was doing my research on Christian beliefs with God delusion. So, where's God? Ha! I knew it. There isn't one.
Hello, Slick Rich.
Not you again. What are you doing here?
I'm supposed to be here. What's your excuse?
Well, anyway, I knew I wouldn't be meeting God.
Yeah, well, he's in a meeting right now. Besides, you're not that important, so I'll be the one taking care of you before you get sent on your way to your final destination.
Alright then, let me ask you some questions. Let's say you were some sort of god meeting me. The first thing I'd ask is whether you are Zeus, or Thor, or Apollo, or Baal, and then I'd...
Dumb questions, Rich. If I were Zeus, you know what would happen to you right now? And if I were Thor, can you guess what would happen then?
Now see here! What's all this abuse for anyway?
It's to make a point, Rich. You probably thought you were being pretty funny suggesting that you might meet Zeus or Thor up here. But let's quit playing around, shall we? If Zeus or Thor or any of those other ancient gods did actually exist, the reports of their activities and character would be reflected by their interactions with us. Zeus, for example, would still be raping virgins in the form of some animal. And as for you, he'd probably turn you into blind watchmaker barbecue. So the bottom line is your live options for what god you might have thought you'd meet aren't as expansive as you'd like to think. Nice try at being cute, though.
But there are still live options by your reckoning. I could show up and meet Allah, for example, and he was asked why I believed in that Yahweh.
Well, Rich, that's why we have apologetics, you know? To consider the evidence so we can decide on things like that.
Now don't give me that. For a Christian like you, faith is more important than evidence.
And where do you get that idea? Or that they're mutually exclusive? Newsflash, faith means loyalty to the party that earns it, and that's normally earned in some way based on evidence.
Oh yes? Well, here's what I say about your god. He's jealous and proud of it. A petty, unforgiving control freak, a vindictive, bloodthirsty, ethnic cleanser, a misogynistic, homophobic...
Yeah, okay, nice sermon there, Rich. A fundamentalist preacher couldn't have done it better. I guess it doesn't bother you that that had all the substance of the average Fred Phelps monologue. Let's get down to specifics, and I'll do a real simple one to show just how pathetic you are when it comes to collecting facts about the things you criticize. You say God is jealous and proud of it.
That's right. He proudly declares that he's a jealous god in places like Exodus 20:4-5.
And what exactly is wrong with that?
How can you ask that? Jealousy is a sin according to you Christians.
Not in this case. The Hebrew word there is used less than half a dozen times in the Old Testament, and it's always used to describe God. It's nowhere described as a sin, because it isn't. In the honor-based world of the Bible, jealousy could be bad, but there was also a good and honorable type of jealousy that would ward off the envious who would do harm to those under your protection. So tell me something. Did you read anything more scholarly than a Sears catalog when you were doing research for the God delusion?
No, but...
You said you were a good man who is honest and kind. Do you consider it good, honest, or kind to be irresponsible with information? To do inadequate research and then publish results as authoritative to millions of people? Did you deliberately go out of your way to not check the facts before mouthing off?
Oh, bother that, so I made one mistake.
One mistake? Oh, it was way more than that, Rich. So that's the story, Rich. Looks like you're going someplace unpleasant for good reason.
Oh, sure. Fire and torture and being poked with pitchforks, eh?
No. That's a kindergarten view of hell. Hell is actually a state of shame and dishonor. And you're going someplace where you're going to be shamed and disgraced and denied the honor you've craved for eternity. See ya.
An auditorium? What kind of place could this be? I don't see how a place like this could be a result of me being shamed or disgraced.
Hello, Slick Rich.